Alright, just checking this opening cutscene out for Final Fantasy XI. Gonna make sure the stream is nice and healthy while this thing is playing. This is my first time live streaming, so bear with me. I apologize if the AC unit is loud. It's hot as heck where I'm from. What was that? So I created a character and started playing already. And I think I got to level 10. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not usually into MMOs, but this is Final Fantasy, so of course I wanted to give it a shot. 14 just came out with its Dawn Trail expansion. At least it's either getting ready to come out or just came out, if I remember right. But yeah, so I was like, what a better time to check out Final Fantasy 11 while 14 is experiencing, a influx of characters or players. That's probably also accurate as well. Cool cutscene. What's crazy is that this, I believe this game came out in 2002, 2003. So it's like this game is over 20 years old. And it's not gone free to play. It's a monthly subscription. I did play a 14-day free trial version. That was earlier this year, and I enjoyed that for what very little the 14 days got me. And now I've bought the game, and I'm gonna play. I got the 30-day free trial, and then I'm probably continue to play. We'll see. Just kind of depends. But as far as content goes, I know this game has probably close to 1,000 hours that you could put into it. I know there's a ton that you can do. As like also comment below, let me know how the stream is doing. So let me actually check that real quick. Alright, it says it's excellent. I'm honestly surprised. Wasn't sure what to expect. My laptop isn't the greatest, and that's why I'm running this on. Both the game and the capture stuff. So this is cool. This used to be available to play on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox 360. Oh boy. So I've seen this cutscene a couple of times just through watching it on YouTube. There's like a 4K version of it that's beautiful. But it's just shocking that, these poor, one of these poor kids doesn't make it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. So this was available to play live on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox 360. You heard that right. The PS2 had had something that you could install into it. Sorry, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Had something that you could install into to make the PlayStation 2 able to play online games and also make the system faster for the fat version. And unfortunately, those servers were discontinued in 2016. But from what I've heard, the game has improved since then. and oh, poor kid. Uh, with the expansions and stuff, and the graphics have improved somewhat. Um, but it's just crazy to think that 8 years ago, this was still playable on the 360 and the PS2. I think the PS2 is even crazier to me because it's like the 360 had online capability and so did its predecessor. Um, but the 360 era is really where, games like Halo became popular. And I wonder if we're gonna meet this, like, cause this kid is all grown up. It's like, is he gonna be an important, um, you know, player in the grand scheme of things, or an NPC at the very least? Um, and it wouldn't surprise me if the sister ended up surviving. I could see that happening. That's loud. E. And of course 11 is a little finicky sometimes. Alright, let's try that again. So sometimes they'll just kick me out. So it might be because I'm both capturing and streaming at the same time. So we'll see. I don't know why I've never gotten that notice before. That's weird. With current graphics card. Shot. Connecting to play online. Go figure, my first time doing this, there's complications with the game. I tell you what though, doing this whole play online thing, it's by far the most finicky thing I've ever run into with the game. I think it's hands down the hardest boss in Final Fantasy. It's crazy. Alright, let's try this again. Skip the awesome opening cutscene. God, my character looks so dopey. It's like I'm a red mage, which for those that are Final Fantasy fans, a red mage is a character that deals in both physical and magical damage. And I named the character Cade Altair after the Neil Breen character. If you know, you know. Um, so if you're into bad movies, which I have another channel, let's just say Charles Ross, and yeah, I would highly recommend checking that out. Celebration of your most recent login, we have provided you with 100 points. You currently have a total of 600 points. Is that experience points? Perhaps. So the game's lagging a wee bit. Let's, since we're streaming, let's change some things to make it a little bit smoother. Shadows. Leave that. See if turning off shadows helped at all. So hopefully this runs okay. Not gonna be playing too terribly long, because like I said, oh boy, that guy's huge. So I believe when I played last night, I was able to see how many people were currently on. So I'm curious to see. Because what's awesome about this is that let's see, 1,142 people. Awesome. That's amazing. But what's great is that you can also play with players from different countries. So, I mean, it's a Japanese RPG, so there's probably a lot. This game's probably still pretty popular in Japan, I would imagine. I want you to travel once again to the. I'm gonna butcher these. Since I've been spoiled with Final Fantasy X and 12 having voice acting. Togni Canyon and retrieve an item known as the Gate Crystal. I've got somebody examining me. So my character looks so dopey. But it's like the cap makes me run faster, which is great. Like, it's really helpful. Alright, go ahead and start making this trip. It's like the only MMOs I've played besides this and about 4 hours of FF14 for the Xbox version that just came out. So I've played World of Warcraft, which I didn't really care for. I don't remember much about it other than I didn't like it. And yeah, just I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me. But that was way back in high school. And then I also played RuneScape. I enjoyed that one quite a bit, actually. Enjoyed that one a lot. I remember that one being a lot of fun. Like, you could go north and you'd get your butt kicked. So that was, fantastic. as you know, I became a Final Fantasy fan in 2019 when I bought my Switch. And wasn't really that encouraged to play the MMOs until I started listening to a Final Fantasy podcast called Ultima Final Fantasy. And I honestly think that their Final Fantasy 11 content was some of their best stuff. Alright, let's fight this guy. So I am doing a lot better with this game versus when I played during the free trials. Like, I died a lot. So it doesn't seem like there's a lot to it, which, to be frank, really right now, there isn't. And I would love to find people to play with. I think that would also make it a lot more fun. Another thing that encouraged me to play this game is, like, after the free trials, like, I was about halfway through 12, and 12 is my favorite Final Fantasy. I finished that a month or two ago, and it replaced 7 as my favorite, and which is crazy because I love 7, but 12 is terrific. Let's check this. Let's check this guy out. Alright. But 12 also has a lot of really big open areas. 11's is a lot bigger. But the walking around really and fighting stuff really reminds me of 12, which was another thing that encouraged me to give 11 a shot. Need to eat like FF15, you know? It's important to eat. I use a honey. But for those that care, so I've never done streaming before. I've done live podcasts before, but never anything where I'm by myself. I don't have a specific thing. I'm not going to stream just 11, but I'll be streaming various FF games. But tonight's will be relatively short. Probably go for another 10 minutes or so. This is just more of a practice stream than anything else. But the reason I wanted to do this was I thought I would enjoy it. And once I get down like a regular schedule, and also it's just like I really enjoy communicating with the Final Fantasy community. For the most part, everybody's I've talked to like online and and Facebook pages and groups have been super nice. You know, I think, I mean, the Star Wars fans are easy examples, but it's not fun to really talk about Star Wars anymore, other than with my close friends. But online, it's like, you know, Rogue One is personally my favorite. I love the Empire Strikes Back. Most of the Disney stuff I either like or don't mind. Some of it's been kind of bad, but you know, that's just part of it. But oh boy, I've been put asleep. But yeah, everybody's been super welcoming. So I've got a Final Fantasy group I'm part of on Facebook, and that kind of made me want to reach out more to the Final Fantasy fan base to kind of put my stamp on it, so to speak. That's why I've been making videos about the games, and I don't know what I'm going to do with 11. As far as making a video about it, but we'll see. Oh, how dare you! It's like, don't you know who I am? I'm named after Breezes. Seriously, if you like bad movies, would highly recommend Fateful Findings. Oh, two of them are tag teaming me. It's never happened before. I mean, granted, I've not played this game a lot compared to some other people, but I've not seen that. That was interesting. So usually once a monster decides to pick a fight with me, the others... That was really dramatic for, what was that, 9 points of damage? Alright. Ooh. Flask of eye drops, I think. Yep, for blindness. Yes, we will take that. So I was playing this the other day, and there was another player running around. He was a paladin, and he was a paladin, I believe a 25th level paladin, if I remember right. And ended up following him into a cavern. And of course I'm, what level am I? Level 10. So I'm 15 levels underneath him. So I died rather quickly. And I felt a little bad because he kept raising me. And I was like, dude, just let me die. As I would not have taken it personally at all. It's crazy, even with the cap that allows me to run faster, that makes me look like a giant dork. How long it still takes me to run from one side of the map to the other. I can't wait till I start unlocking more abilities and having more to do. So this game is pretty dense at times. But imagine I'll get the hang of it. It's weird. You would think this would be super boring, but it's just like, so how close am I to leveling up? Pretty close. But I'll tell you what though, the sound the game makes when you level up, it's really satisfying. Let's get this guy. Lower his defense, and then send him to Stabsville. So I was been hesitant to try the streaming thing, because I don't know, it's just like, if I tell people I'm a streamer, like in real life, they'd be like, think that I'm weird and I have no life and all I do is play games. But my girlfriend was like, if this is something you're interested in doing, you should just do it. Because her and I had a good talk about it. I tell you what, people, when you try to find your significant other, you know, it helps to have somebody that encourages you when you're, you know, thinking about doing something that you could really enjoy. Hey, this is a Final Fantasy. It's getting philosophical. So I keep looking over here because my phone's here, but the camera's right there. Treasure chest. And it's strange, it's like in a lot of ways I'm an antisocial person, but like I don't love large groups of people. But this is something that I've been thinking about doing for months. Oh. And tell you what, people, life is short. If you got something that you want to do, you should do it. Let's see if I can at least, you know, I said I was going to be off, and that's another thing about this game, is that it's a huge time sink, because I want to go to the Tarongi Canyon, but because that's where I'm supposed to go get this crystal. So I think instead of logging off at 3:30, I'm gonna log off. Is that another person or is that a monster? And of course he's wanting to pick a fight with me. I guess I can still get experience off these guys, and it's not just a total waste of time. Granted, I guess if I was high enough level, I could just run. But yeah, when setting this streaming area up for myself, while I'm taking out this guy. So the desk I'm using used to be my grandma's desk. This chair used to be my grandma's chair, her old work chair. And so I've got all my Final Fantasy games right here. There we go. I'll level up. Always satisfying. So far, it's not been super uncommon for me to find other players in the cities, but I've not really like talked to anybody. As I've tried being like hello or just saying hi, but so far nobody's been super talkative. They've just been kind of doing their own thing on this MMO. But I'm in I believe I'm in Bahamut. So if anybody that watches this in the future, if I'm still playing, so I would love to play this game with somebody. Same goes with 14. It'd be nice to have somebody to play that with too, as I imagine I might have an easier time finding somebody. So I'm curious. So there's 3 whole people. Out in this area. It's crazy. Almost there. I tell you what, these games, the MMOs, they're huge time sinks and they're addicting. It's like the leveling up and everything, and being like, oh, I just got to do this one more thing. Oh wait, I want to go do this real quick before I log off. That's why it comes with a warning at the very beginning of the game, which is funny to me. It's like, you know, the game basically saying like, hey, the world of Vana'diel is awesome and all, but don't forget your friends, family, and all that jazz. So hopefully the stream's been relatively healthy. Sorry, somebody asked me what I was up to. Just gonna answer that real quick. Well, we're here where we need to find this crystal. I don't think I'm going to do it tonight. I'm starting to feel tired. It's 3:35 a.m. So I think I'm about ready for bed. Many people are in this area. Two, including me. And how many people? Oh, that's funny. 4 1s, 1 1 1 1. That's awesome. Good for them. All right, let's log out. I'll let Kate Altair pray. Exit. Well, that was fun. So hopefully, once I get down a regular schedule, I can actually get people to show up. But I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere. But yeah, that was interesting. Well, for those of you that watched during, that watched at all, and in the future, take care. Hopefully there'll be many more coming, and that I'll get good at this. But take care and look out for many more.